Recording. We on the air, boy. Oh, we on the air? What is up, y'all? It is the Bros With No Hoes Podcast. It's VinceBracy.com here. I'm here with my guy, Chase Parker.
Chase P, what's up?
Chase P. And this is the first installment of this this wonderful podcast that we want to get started. And we're going to keep doing this thing. We're going to, make it a big thing for 2019 and get that content out there because everybody else doing this. So why
exactly, might as well. I think, but it's been like a long time coming though.
It has.
Like
it has.
we've been talking about doing a podcast for at least 2 years now, I would say, and then the forces just kept us from each other.
They kept.
So I think now is really the appropriate time to like actually start doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Even though everybody doing it, it don't matter because we're doing it now. So
I was lucky enough to have a job where I was on the road a lot, but it kept me away from my family and friends. So now I ain't got no job. So I got plenty of time.
You got plenty of goddamn time to do this shit now.
I got plenty of time. And if anybody's trying to get a podcast started at some point, let this be an example to you. I really hope that you get it started at some point. It's not going to be better than ours, though, because ours is going to...
we gonna get our shit popping.
Bros with no hoes. So we here. So do we introduce ourselves?
I mean, what you want to talk? I mean, I guess I could quickly introduce myself.
Please do.
You know how you listen to a song from like a mixtape rapper, and he'll start it off with like, you already know who it is. Like, nigga, we don't know. We do not know who you are. All right. So my name is Chase P. Chase Parker. Chase JP. AKA I got a couple AKAs. AKA Young Pinot Grigio.
Yes, that's the best one, by the way.
Exactly. AKA Young Pinot Grigio, AKA Chase a la mode. Those is really my two most prominent AKAs that I use just in case I'm on the move or I gotta hop in the booth and put on my Superman suit. So that's just a little taste of who I am. Also I'm a film director. Yes. I'm a writer. So if you guys want to get into some film talk, I'm here for it. I can speak for hours about that. So, I mean, it's just a little taste of who I am. Now, real quick, can you speak about the next project that you got coming up? I can, actually.
Talk about it real quick.
Real quick, the next project I have is a short film called Playground. And the film is about a married couple on the brink of divorce, and they decide to spice their relationship up by joining a swingers club.
Ooh.
So
this ain't the project I was thinking about, but this one sounds good too.
But that's my short film. I have a couple other stuff that I'm working on right now. Myself and another man by the name of Rich. We're doing a digital series called The Grind, which follows around young entrepreneurs throughout their day just to get a sense of what they do, how they prioritize their day, how they organize it, their time management, any advice that they want to give to any entrepreneur who is trying to get into their field, give them some advice on how they can get into it, what inspired them, things of that nature. So The Grind is actually going to be coming out soon. It's January, so I would say February we're going to release the first episode of The Grind.
Let's get it. Is that the one I was there for?
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Marquise Francis, a.k.a. Mr. McFly. He really held it down. He's the host of the show. And the dude is, like, he's amazing. Like, he just off the cuff. He can go off the cuff. Word. He can go off the script. So I really appreciate him.
I was impressed as a host.
Yeah.
So Chase Parker is doing The Grind. You can expect that coming soon. I was actually able to be on set. These guys had, can I tell them who it was?
Go ahead.
Yeah, they had, shout out to Joe Budden and Kyrie Irving. They had their personal chef. Like
Chef Corey, shout out to Chef Corey, man.
This dude right here, Instagram. I got to say that the man that cooks for Joe Budden, Sin Santana, and Kyrie Irving, mostly Kyrie, he said, I got to taste some of his food. He cooked for me. I got to have some fire-ass shrimp and grits from Chef Corey. So shout out to Chef Corey, and definitely make sure you check out The Grind.
Word, man. Like that whole day was interesting.
It was sick.
But yeah, he definitely cooked up. Like he came in with no like, just this is what I got. I'm gonna cook grits. I'm gonna cook shrimp, and he just whipped it up in the kitchen. We was out in Jersey City actually, and he did a really good job, man. Word. Shout out to Corey, man. You can go follow him on I think it's the Bearded Chef.
Oh, we getting shout outs
on Instagram. Yeah, listen, I show love. Whatever,
always.
It doesn't even matter. Like I don't hold it back. I feel like if you show love will come back to you. So
word. So I got to eat some Kyrie shrimp and grits. I feel like an all-star You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that was Chase Parker, you know, talking about his ventures and whatnot. My name is VinceBracy.com. Thank you to anybody that's listening that knows who I am already. You already know who it is. You know what I'm saying?
You already know who it is.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I am, like I said, I'm currently unemployed. Not super unemployed. I'm a host. I'm a hustle man, if you want to call it. I'm a master. I consider myself a professional master of ceremonies. So if you're trying to figure out why I sound so professional at times, it's because I'm professionally trained to be a journalist,
a speaker,
if you will.
You're good at publicly speaking. Yeah,
I literally speak for a living. So it was a matter of time before we had to get this podcast started and say we can make some money off of this bad boy at some point.
Exactly. It's interesting because nobody really appreciates the proper enunciation of words.
Right.
When you enunciate and pronounce words correctly in its correct form.
That's right. So people always told me I used to call myself the Black Seacrest. I started getting a little bit out of that. People told me I need to stop calling myself that. And also, I realized that it has something to do with race. I bumped into this dude who goes by the Chocolate Seacrest, and I was tight because it was so much better. It was so much better. And also, I was fat for like most of my life. So like chocolate, like come on, son. Like
the Chocolate Ryan Seacrest.
Chocolate Seacrest. Shout out my, I'm not even gonna shout him out. Forget.
Fuck that name. Yeah.
I was mad though. I was like, ooh. So so I'm a host. Like I said, I do mostly private events like weddings, sweet 16s, bar mitzvahs, and stuff like that. I've been trying to get into a bigger scene, doing more like showcases and stuff. I've been doing showcases for a long time. Shout out to the Movement and DJ Drewski and all of them that have these awesome events up in Elizabeth, New Jersey. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I've been blessed to be on some nice side stages, travel around the world, hosting shows, putting smiles on faces in many different places with a mic in my hand.
Word.
And that's the life I live, and I'm looking forward to bigger and better opportunities.
That's what's up. I mean, at the end of the day, we're very, again, this is me enunciating words properly. We are very profound gentlemen. But at the end of the day, we just two kids from the Bronx who just like to run our fucking mouths.
Yay.
You know? So, I mean, let's get into some of these. Let's get into what we want to talk about.
Let's get into the nitty gritty. All right, so everybody want to talk about R. Kelly, right?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about this R. Kelly situation.
You want to go into R. Kelly right away?
Let's go. Let's off the bat. Let's just go right into it.
First topic of two bros with no hoes. Bros with no hoes is talking about R. Kelly, y'all. It's going down. So first off, I think we can both agree that he's canceled.
I would cancel him, definitely.
Right.
I think personally, as a person, he's canceled. But I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. When a Woman's Fed Up is still my motherfucking song.
That's the one you go for?
I love that. Yo, I love that song, bro.
Yo, all right.
That's my favorite song.
I do a lot of parties, like I said. So Step in the Name of Love, Ignition.
Gotta have that. Ignition remix.
Certain songs are just like never gonna go away, and it hurts. Like it literally hurts to be on the dance floor, and like it's my job to keep people dancing, and it's like, yo, I can't.
Fucking twerking it to fucking Ignition, bro.
Yo.
And knowing damn well this dude is like, see, here's the thing about R. Kelly is like, I think for the most part, like, the industry may have known more, but for us, the general consumer, like, we all knew about the sex tape.
We all knew about it.
Yeah, like, everybody knew about the sex tape, and everybody pretty much knew he was guilty from the sex tape. But I didn't know about the whole dungeon. Like, the dude had a whole dungeon that I didn't know about. Like, I was completely.
The dungeon came out more recently. Is that over the last year?
That was like part of the dungeon. Like, the whole shit was like, he was doing that while he had the tape.
Well, yeah, we know that was happening. Like, but I'm saying, like, we didn't know until more recently that somebody came out. Or
they came out, like, and then I think
they was like, y'all been locked in R. Kelly's basement for these last like 10 years.
Yeah, they was on what was that show? I don't know if it was Dr. Phil or something. They was on one of those daytime shows, and I was like, wait, time out, this dude got a whole dungeon.
R. Kelly's on one, yo. He's a nasty dude.
And dude got chicks like shitting in buckets, bro. Like. He don't fucking, like, you got to ask him to use the bathroom. You got to ask him if you could eat. Like,
don't look at nobody in their face.
None of that shit. Like, that shit is crazy. Like, I don't have any children, but, like, I can only imagine, like, how devastated as a parent I would be if my child
Wild.
was like shitting in buckets, bro.
So yeah, so everybody's talking about, obviously everybody, agrees with the cancellation of Mr. Robert Kelly, due to the, the surviving R. Kelly documentary that was released. But people came out and were like blaming the parents also, in which, all right, to be real, I feel like we could take a little bit of fault, not to say that the parents knew what was going on,
Word.
but you don't let your kids hang out with R. Kelly. All right. So that's one thing, first off. But like at the same time, who knew that this guy was such a monster?
Nobody. And at the same time too, I mean, people knew, but like at the same time,
Somebody knew.
It's still R. Kelly. And it's like if R. Kelly came up to you and was like, yo, I'm going to make your daughter a star. Like,
which I think is the case.
Yeah,
for
there's parents that's looking at that and like, damn, like, yo, this man sees a talent in my daughter. This man sees something. And I've been pushing her to like, get her vocals up and all that stuff. And now she's in front of R. Kelly. And he's saying, yo, I could take your daughter to stardom. Like, let's make that move. And I'm sure that was the intention of what they was thinking. Like, yo, my daughter is going to get good training from R. Kelly, and she's going to be on the stage within the next year or so. Like, she's going to be touring. She's going to be doing all that shit. And next thing you know, you haven't seen her for like 3 freaking years.
That's right.
And she in a dungeon shitting in buckets, bruh.
My girls that was being fake held captive in that hotel. Was that the last episode of the docuseries?
I think so. I only saw I still got like 1 or 2 episodes that I got to see. But that whole I had to like pause it at times. I had to like leave the room because that shit was just too fucking gruesome.
I watched it straight through, bro. I'm a creep. I watched it all the way through. I was sitting at home one day and had nothing to do. I was like, damn, all these are an hour long. I just watched the whole joint. But yeah, man, that's a very, very sick dude. I think the thing that's the craziest about me, and I really don't want to be the one to defend R. Kelly in any way, but I think, what was it, John Legend was on there and had something to say about it also, and he was like, yo, I don't fuck with this dude at all. But the thing that I realized more and more, because I think everything was calculated. I think he had a plan for all this.
Yeah,
again,
if
you look at the lyrics in his songs, like he's letting everybody in on certain clues and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, his mind's telling him no, but his body, his body is telling him yes.
Then the dude had at one of his concerts, they showed a clip on Instagram about the dude said you gotta be 18 and over.
Yo,
like what the hell is going on?
Allegedly.
So,
but the thing that kind of hurts, and I think this is what most, I don't want to say just black people, but people that are like music aficionados and stuff. I love music. I think I have music tattooed on my arm. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He really is a genius, but also evil geniuses exist.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
like he's an evil genius.
He's freaking Megamind of R&B. Like, like my man's really like wrote all these songs, amazing songs, by the way. And don't forget how like he's managed to weave himself into like all these facets of the music world. Like he's written for everybody. Like there's Michael Jackson songs that you could sing and you'd be like, oh damn,
that's R. Kelly.
R. Kelly wrote this. And now that I think about it, it kind of sounds like he's talking about little girls. Baby, turn around and let me see that beat.
Yeah, half of B2K's.
These guys are going on tour with
half of B2K's catalog. Not
these
half,
guys
like,
are going on tour with all R. Kelly songs,
shit.
boy,
Yeah.
and was bumping and grinding to all these little, oh my goodness, all these teenage girls that wanted to be up on B2K. They didn't even realize
that the shit was written by R. Kelly.
Freaking R.
But
Kelly,
it was a
man.
good song at the end of the day, you know?
I'm sorry to say that I randomly sing I Believe I Can Fly for no reason, just because I love Space Jam. Like for out of nowhere, for no reason, I'll be singing it, and I realize that this is something that I have to stop. You know,
I don't know. I mean, Space Jam was the movie.
Space Jam was a shit. Shout out to like Jordan too, who's also an asshole, by the way.
For real,
according to like popular opinion, Michael Jordan, and he don't give a damn about the kids anyway. With all these,
hell no.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LeBron for stepping up and making an example of being more than an athlete. But Michael Jordan don't care about nobody, and it's just crazy that R. Kelly, they said he had the posters up on the wall while he was messing with chicks.
That's great. The poster of Space Jam?
Space Jam posters up on the wall.
That's fucked up.
That man is wild.
That's fucked up. So, anyways, to conclude, R. Kelly. I mean, yeah, he's canceled. I think it's time to take out a lot of these creeps, and not even just with R. Kelly, just in general with Hollywood. Like, you have a lot of motherfuckers that just be like using their power to just do dirty shit. You know what I'm saying? And even with R. Kelly, like even R. Kelly's whole team, like it's kind of hard because on one end, like they was all like enabling his shit.
Yeah,
you know, they were all like getting the girls to come, and I think one of the dudes like freaking forged the contract for
Aaliyah's marriage.
Exactly.
I think that was the creepiest part about all of it, was that, you know, they have all these people that are like, oh yeah, man, I didn't know all this stuff was going on, and you know, this is crazy. His brother locked up in jail and shit, and somebody that had their whole face and voice blurred out, which it's got to be his manager or something like that. Every single person had a hand in all of this foolishness.
Exactly.
Every single person.
And they all need to go. And they only, but at the same time, on the other side, R. Kelly was there. That's how they paid the rent. That's how they put food on the table, because they were all working for R. Kelly. So it's like, I know he's doing fucked up shit, but like, I can't fuck up the money.
Again.
Like, I can't fuck up the bag.
And again, to add to my evil genius point, I feel like he was dangling that bag over people's heads, because the dude whose daughter it was in the P video was his drummer or something like that.
Crazy. And he was probably like, listen, see this?
Exactly.
You could lose this.
And not only that, but the dude was credited on songs after that video was released.
Came out. Yeah. Because they were all indebted to him, because he knew, like, yo, I'm the moneymaker.
For real.
So.
But imagine how much money R. Kelly has made. Quick sidebar before we leave the R. Kelly story. I had to say this. It's a little fake humble brag. So Chase and I, we're cousins. I don't know if we even said that.
I don't think so.
I don't even know if we said that we're cousins on the podcast. Is that going to mess up our viewership, our listenership?
I
don't know.
not.
Whatever. Yeah, it's nepotism going on up here. But we've had a family business, if you will, since we were young, and we had an entertainment company that our fathers had put together, and we provided entertainment for like all types of events. We did a lot of comedy shows and stuff like that. Had people like Flex Alexander, Ruperto Vanterpool, and Hamburger, people like that. So we also had like dancers and stuff. So one year we were providing entertainment for the Special Olympics, like the official tournament in Riverbank State Park in Harlem. And R. Kelly was supposed to be there and perform. And we had been like talking back and forth with him. Not us, but our fathers. Yeah. Our fathers. They'd been going back and forth, and we was just like, yo, we about to be on, yo. We about to like, just the same way that like we get excited about stuff now. Like, oh, I did something with Tashina Arnold. I'm about to be on. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like, they was probably just as hype as that, and I'm really grateful that never
shit did not happen.
I'm really grateful. Like, just imagine like being around R. Kelly as a kid. Like I always told people, like, yeah, I really wish, you know, I would have got the chance to meet him, but I'm really glad I didn't now, because then I'd have to look at my hand like, damn, I gotta wash this goddamn hand. Oh my god.
But yeah, that was a good anecdote.
Yeah,
that you had. So all in all, he's canceled. I mean, it's not even a question. I think he needs to go to jail. His whole squad needs to go to jail, because
they all 22 versions of Trapped in the Closet.
Exactly. Yo, I hate to keep it on R. Kelly, but like after like episode like 4, the whole Trapped in the Closet shit just got weird.
It was
like,
done.
There was like a freaking dude that came home from jail.
Yep.
Then there was like a freaking a little person like in the fucking.
It was a midget.
Like, what the fuck is going on with this shit? Like, it was very creative at first. Like, when I first saw it, I'm like, yo, this shit's gonna pop.
He's an evil genius, man.
Evil genius, bro.
And again, like, if you look at it, he's really like telling us through like his songs and stuff. That's why I'm really like fighting myself and telling everybody, like, don't go back and try to listen to all the creepy shit that he said. But like, just the fact that he can come up with some crazy shit like that for 22 whole episodes. And damn, I just remember, I think it was the last episode of Trapped in the Closet that has like a fire like breakdown part in it, but I can't listen to it ever again. But like, yeah, all these like talking about the package and all this stuff, like talk about, you know, STDs and all this crazy stuff and the midget and somebody being gay. Like all this stuff is probably something that he's got from his life. You know what I'm saying?
Probably, yeah.
It's probably actual experiences that he's had, and not even to take away from the fact that people have talked about boys in his situation also.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there were no young men on the docu series except for my girl. I want to say her name was Dominique, that had like the short haircut. Like he was like,
oh yeah, she was like dressed her up as she like dressed her up,
which
as
is super weird. By the way,
yeah, it's like super a weird fetish.
And
I thought I had weird fetishes, but like that's just like weird fetish.
That was that's a little dirty right there. I don't know what R. Kelly's getting into, but I wish I could say I wish him the best, but that man got everybody saying he got to go under the jail. So at some point, they're gonna scoop him up. He just recently celebrated his birthday where people were celebrating. And
he was in the club like balling out.
But as R. Kelly does, and I guess he's gonna go on a run overseas where he's not canceled all the way yet, and still offer to bring people back to America if they got their shots. But let's see where that takes us. So.
All right, well, let's get into something else. What else are we going to talk about? How you feel about this government shutdown and what's going on with Trump? I hate to even bring up Trump, but like, let's.
So I don't know how political we're going to get on this podcast. I do watch the news every once in a while, but it's extremely depressing, But yeah, Trump and this government shutdown. How long has it been? Has it been 14 days? Has it been?
It's been like
more than that, over close to a month. Close to a month as you listen to this. I don't know if it's whenever we decide to release this episode. Hopefully within the week. I don't know if we foresee it ending anytime soon. But yeah, this dude is really killing me. He's blowing mine. I try not to pay too much attention to the government, but it's to a point where not only is it overshadowing things, but it's literally affecting us. Like there's people that, luckily I'm not a government employee, but I
actually know, so I know two individuals whose names I won't mention for their own protection, but I have someone that works closely in the government. Ooh. And like she would go to work, right? And like there'd barely be anybody there. Cause there's no sense of coming into work if you don't have
people working at the post office. Does that count?
That's government, bro.
Ooh, the post office ain't getting paid.
Anything that's government,
they about to go postal on us. TSA, it's about to get crazy.
TSA is government.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
People at TSA are calling out of work. Because what's the point of coming into work if I'm not even gonna get paid for it?
Exactly.
So, it's about the pettiest shit, bro. Like it's the pettiest thing. Nobody wants to pay for your wall. And the crazy thing about the wall was that some dude. I would say about a couple months ago, put up a GoFundMe to fund the wall.
This is not affiliated with the government at all.
It's like some person randomly put it up. The government didn't put it up.
I've seen the post.
The dude raises about $20 million.
For what reason?
For the wall, and then nobody doesn't give it to the government. Like takes it all for himself. And like now,
who donated to that though? I really want to know.
That's what I'm saying. But like now, so now GoFundMe is like telling everybody like we're gonna refund you, like we're gonna give you your money back, because the dude literally took like people are like I swear to God, I'm about to come up off this Trump shit. Did you see the this was a while ago too? The girl had the MAGA hat, the black girl had the MAGA hat. It was like, oh, my family like. They disowned me, like people disowned me. They said they wasn't gonna pay for my tuition and stuff like that, and raised at least over $100,000 and just said, "Who said I was a Trump supporter? Like fuck y'all, fuck Trump."
That's why.
And just like people are profiting off of Trump, and it's a good and a bad thing. But that whole $20 million, bro. Jesus, I wish I'd have done that.
You know what? I should have tried to build a little wall outside your house or something like that with like 2 cement bricks. Be like, yeah, I did it, guys. Thank you very much for your donations. My grandkids are going through college. Thank you very much. But yeah, the wall I think is a I don't know if it's necessarily pointless. Shout out to all my Mexican friends.
Word.
I don't know what his goal is with that. Maybe we could maybe one day we could have a Trump supporter chime in and just let us know.
Yeah, just let us know
why they support.
I'm down to bring a Trump supporter in.
I understand the whole immigration issue, And, you know, not to get Republican on y'all real quick, but, you know, America is getting overpopulated. You know, it is, you know what I'm saying? But not to say that anybody doesn't deserve to be here. I definitely, and even Obama has chimed in and say stuff about like making sure people have the right papers and not even about taking people's jobs and stuff like that, but literally being on file and, you know what I'm saying? Making sure people pay their taxes so there's not like, you know, people out here running wild in the streets. And I'm like, damn, it looked like there's way more people in this town now, and we still got way more potholes, and you know, like the teachers still ain't getting no money, and the cops is running wild and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? Some has to be done, but I think it can be like a more not self-governed, but something on a city or state level. Like Donald Trump is not really doing nothing, but creating chaos.
Exactly, and I think he's providing it for his fan base. He knows who his fan base is. He knows that it's the people who hate immigrants. It's the people who have this burning desire to not get rid of or like segregate America. And that's the shit that I personally just don't like. So
that's that shit we don't like.
We just don't like it, bro. Like, come on, Trump.
So to play devil's advocate real quick, emphasis on the devil, this man is also an evil genius. Can we? Of course,
he's definitely an evil genius.
Yo, did anybody think he was really going to be president?
He didn't even think he was going to be president. Think he was going
to be. If Bernie was in office, stuff would be so different. If Hillary was in office, I think stuff would be a lot different also. But Donald Trump really he played a game with America. He really turned America into a reality show. And
real talk. And that started from the fucking the debates.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, like, I'm not going to come in here and I'm not going to debate you. I'm not going to talk about like the policies that I want to implement.
My ass off though.
I'll tweet, but I'm not going to talk about the policies. I'm not going to debate none of that. I'm not going to give y'all stats. I'm just going to literally shit on all of y'all on the stage and talk as bad as I can. And now everybody's going to look at me as this guy that just says whatever he wants.
And it's funny because that's literally what politics is, but he's always been a businessman. He's always been, you know, in the public eye. So he's just significantly better at making everybody else look like shit, even though he's the one that's literally a pile of shit. But he's really good at making everybody else look like shit and saying so many crazy, outlandish things. Talked about what his man's now. Ted Cruz said something about his wife and stuff like that. Just anybody that's a little bit of an opposition, like
he don't. He's like, if you the ops, like he just doesn't fuck.
Don't
with
be
you.
Don's ops. We all Don's ops technically. I feel like, but like he's gonna give it to you for real. But the way that he's got this game going, like the way he's got like all these red states all riled up, like still wearing the hat, still like super gung ho about certain things that are not even factual.
Exactly.
Is so wild to me, man.
He's definitely evil genius because he when it was Bush. When Bush was in office, we all knew Bush was just dumb.
We just thought he was dumb.
He was literally just dumb.
Yeah.
But like Trump he's smart, and I give him that.
He's a little bit smart.
But
to an extent,
he's evil. But he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
And I don't even how do I keep taking people's sides, the weird people's sides? I don't even think he means that bad. I don't think he means bad on the world, but he wants to get his way, and his way is by any means necessary.
Exactly.
So, like I was saying, just the fact that that tweets are news now. Like this is and in breaking news. Quoted, the president has just tweeted, even with the typos and stuff. And I'm like, come on, man! Like, don't put this on the news.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like how just like culture is shifting. Like how tweets and like in Instagram and all that stuff is like being. That's part of news now.
And LeBron James fired back. Or Steph Curry said, I wasn't going to the White House anyway. Like this is real news right now. Like
real news. Trump tweeted this morning. He went on a firestorm of tweets.
Every single morning, Trump gets up at 5 something and just sits on the toilet and just starts going ham on whatever he saw.
His Twitter fingers are old. I respect his Twitter fingers because I can never go off that much.
Yeah, I can't even be on Twitter. I'm trash at Twitter. I used to be able to, you know, put my thoughts out there every once in a while, but I don't even care about that. I can't even
do that shit no more. I'd rather just do like an IG post real quick.
Random IG post.
So here's the thing with Trump. So Clemson just won. I forgot what was the bowl that there's like 50 bowls in college.
There's a lot of bowls.
It's one of the championships.
The
But
NCAA champion.
so
Shout out to Clemson. Maybe I don't know if I should be shouting y'all out because y'all went. Everybody else ain't go.
true.
There was some black folk in there too.
So
Shame on you, brother.
So Trump brought them to the White House, and he bought like, instead of having like a traditional caterer, he bought just like a bunch of fast food like McDonald's,
Oh, my
Wendy's,
Lord.
Pizza Hut, and stuff like that. And literally the whole time while they were in, he was just like, I had to go out and get something, and I had to get something. We got my people to go out because this government shutdown, everything is just going so much haywire.
So
right
I guess
now.
he don't have no chefs or nothing in there either.
Bruh, he's got chefs in there, but he's probably playing it to the fact that because of the government shutdown,
He's like, don't let me have y'all thinking that I got it good up in here. Let me get y'all some. Why did he get multiple different types of fast food? I was told he got Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's.
He got the whole menu.
Why did he get multiple? And I don't know how many people are on Clemson's football team, but there were like thousands of burgers on that table. Like thousands.
Yo, I swear to God, the dude was like, because of the government shutdown, we couldn't get this, and I had to go out and get people to bring some stuff in. And I'm like, damn well you had some caterers in there that could have whipped up some quick shit and then put it on the table and put it on a nice little platter. He was literally like, see, that's the evil genius in him, is that he plays to the facts. So now that people in the red states and the Trump supporters who see him are gonna see that and be like, well, look, the goddamn government shut down. They had to go and get McDonald's for that shit.
Now.
Come on now.
You boys should be happy.
Happy for him. The man went out and got McDonald's for you.
Come on now. Get some sassafras. Anybody that's listening to this podcast right now is probably like, what am I listening to? But you mentioned, we keep throwing that evil genius thing around, man. Like, something I noticed, and this is how I'm big on reading like body language and shit like that. This is how you know President Donald Trump ain't shit. He's standing in the room with these guys that worked their ass off all year for free for everybody's entertainment, feeds them bullshit, never took off his coat. And then like
dipped out of there.
Yeah.
He was like, well, I ain't eating that shit.
Yo, he's like, all right, so good job with that ball, and I'll see y'all niggas later.
He's like, go have some, go eat. He doesn't give a fuck about nobody but him.
Yo, I really want to know what he was going to do now. He was like, let me get on to just make sure I fed everybody. Tweeting real quick,
take a little selfie, like, yo,
these guys
feeding them dudes, bro.
Go Clemson.
Yeah, man. So Trump is definitely an evil genius, man. And in some ways, it's like, I hate it, but I respect it.
Yo, I'm still trying to think if I would shake his hand if I met him.
Like,
if I ever met him, would I shake his hand?
Like, just on some like respect.
I think for me, like, as a respect, like I'm a respectful person. Like, I try not to, like, disrespect people and stuff like that. But I feel like for the culture, I shouldn't. But like meeting the president, it's just like, all right, how you doing, man? I might still give roll my eyes or something like that on the side, or be like, yeah, I shook his hand, but fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I want to tell a story, but I don't want to incriminate anybody.
Tell it, bro.
It's
Talk
the
to
podcast,
us.
man. When am I ever gonna get to tell the story?
Talk to
us. All
us.
right, so random story, and don't go hunting nobody down. But just a random story about way before he was president, way before the Apprentice days. And my dad talks about it differently now because he hates Trump also. My dad's name is also Vince Bracey. So shout out to grown Vince Bracey Senior.
Shout out to the senior.
But long time ago, my father's a electrician, construction worker.
Mm-hmm.
He was out on a coffee run, for the job. Went to go get some coffee for all his boys, all his coworkers and whatnot. Some random place in the city, something like that. Donald Trump walks in and buys all the coffee for him. And he was just like, wow, like, thanks. You know what I'm saying? But that was the end of the story. So ever since hearing that story, like from when I was younger, I was like,
he's probably a pretty nice guy.
I was like, that's freaking dope. I will admit I watched the whole first season of Apprentice. You know
Everybody did.
I was rooting for my guy. I used to know his name. He's married to Bill Rancic, married to Juliana Rancic. He owned a cigar shop. Like, that's how deep into the show I was. Like,
wow.
Yo, I was really a fan. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really watch much after that. But Yo, like,
yeah, when he started doing like the celebrity shits and all that shit, that's when he fucked
That's
up.
how he knew he was trash.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, let me try to get some more viewership. People, I feel like, watched it, and shout out to anybody that was ever on that show. You look so stupid now. Like all the celebrities that was on it, like trying to like apply to work with him. They wanted his respect so bad, and now like I can't
all
even
trying to trash him and act like motherfucker. You was just up there auditioning for the goddamn show.
Yo, Omarosa's famous is something that I really like had to sink in. I'm a big Brother fan, and she was on Big Brother, and I'm like, yo, like freaking Omarosa's famous. And this guy, Anthony Scaramucci, any Big Brother fans out there, please feel free to hit me up. Am I saying it right? Scaramucci? I think his name is
Scaramucci, yeah.
Scaramucci? Yeah, I forget what his position was, but he was in the White House also. He's going to be on the next
He was
Celebrity Big Brother.
He was damn, I don't remember off the top of my head. Press secretary. So oh yeah, was he the one that quit? Yeah, he quit.
He didn't get fired, right? He actually quit.
He quit.
Smart man on that behalf, because the chick that they have in there now. Well, who was the other dude? Sean Spicer. Oh my God, the jokes. They got
Huckabee now. Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Yeah, she's different. I don't know what kind of drugs they got her on to be working up there, but yo, like.
Well, her father's a Republican too.
Yeah, but like,
so,
wait, is that Huckabee?
I think that's
Huckabee's daughter?
Yeah, I think that's Huckabee's daughter.
But yeah, like just to be the face, like, all right, president's doing crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
And you got to defend all that
all
shit.
Of it. Yo, I could
that shit.
I could never. Like, I don't know if you've ever had a job where you just like, all right, obviously she's with it, clearly. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if you've ever had a job where it's like you have to defend something you absolutely don't stand for at all. But like, I couldn't even imagine like to be up there, and she just has with a straight face, like, and people are asking her, and she almost has to be Donald Trump now.
You have to.
She's like, oh yeah, can you tell us about this fuck shit that this nigga was doing the other day? Oh yeah, that's fake news.
I mean, you're just giving it a false narrative.
That's fake
now.
News. What are you talking about?
It's fake news. You're giving it a false narrative.
Are you even a real supporter, a real reporter out here?
Like, every day, like even when Sean was on it, like. Just how do you hear all this news, and like how do you have to like put out so many fires? He had to dip.
Sean Spicer wasn't built for that because he was sweating every single time.
Because he knew he was about to get grilled.
Word.
And to her credit, I would give her credit for being able to handle like the media and stuff like that and the press, because they can be kind of tigers in a sense where they kind of pry on you.
It's their job though.
But yeah, exactly.
It's their job to inform the people.
So
journalism.
I give her the respect of like being able to kind of hold herself well, but you could tell underneath she's like fucking sweating, like just sweating profusely. Because I couldn't do that shit. I wake up and be like, listen, he just did some shit. Like, you know what? That's just what he does, and I can't say much for him. That's literally how I would be.
Yo. And you just be like, yeah, the president, I forget what she says, like when it's like, oh yeah, it's almost like, oh, the views and opinions of this person don't necessarly reflect.
You have to have that.
But he's the
You
president.
have to have that. You have to have that fucking no, but you really do have to have that disclaimer with Trump. It's like every time you get up there, it's like the views expressed on this doesn't reflect the you know what I mean? You have to have that disclaimer because you will end up defending so much shit.
But he's the president though. This is the world that we live in, and this is why you have to like, yo, let me get real quick positive on y'all. Like, this is why you have to be able to, you know, take your life into your own hands and raise up and do something for yourself. If it's a podcast, if it's you know, something in your career,
that empowerment,
like, you have to do something for yourself, because ain't nobody got your back out here, not even your damn government.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So that's rough. I don't know if you want to continue talking about Johnny.
What else we talking about? What else
we got? You know, people like to say that he's canceled. He's still the president until he gets impeached. If he gets impeached, we'll see about that.
I mean, even if he didn't get impeached, he's still like, he's got like a year left. So I could do one more year of this shit.
Right.
Just one more year and then he's out. But that's the thing, is like, now you know he's gonna run for re-election because he's like, fuck it, I might as well try it again. And it's like no one on the Democratic side is like really stepping up. Like, we have a couple people stepping up. We Elizabeth Warren just stepped up and said she's gonna run for it, and I think Kamala Harris is. Yeah, you know, I'll be on my political shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll be on my political shit. So we got I think Kamala Harris is about to step up and announce that she's gonna run. Who else? Maybe Cory Booker may run.
Cory Booker, I feel like he might get some votes, but at the same time, I don't know.
Cory, I like Cory, but I don't know. I think I'm more on the side of either Elizabeth or Kamala. I think those two would do good.
We shall see.
So.
I don't know if Bernie would like another go at it, but he's like 95, something like that now.
Dude about to die.
Yeah,
Real talk.
Sorry, Bernie.
I love him, but like every time he gets up on like a podium or he sits down for an interview, I swear to God, this dude looks like he's about to have a heart attack. So I'm just like, you know what, Bernie, I love you, but like I think it's time. I think your time has passed in government.
I don't know, feel the burn. But yeah, so that was my guy Kanye's boy Donnie. We're not even gonna talk about.
We're not even gonna get into.
We're not even gonna talk about. I love Kanye.
I don't even want to get into Kanye right now,
but,
bro.
All right, so more cancellations. This one I think people have been struggling with. I was even I don't go to the barbershop that often, but I was in the barbershop the other day, and I'm sitting there and I'm getting my hair cut, and they have ESPN on, and I was waiting for some basketball highlights. And the barber is just like, yo, who's your team? Who's your team? Giants or Jets? I'm like, yo, bro, I'm really not like supposed to be watching football right now. I feel like you're not supposed to either, but I'm with Cap, yo. But at the same time,
it's like
it's playoffs, so I know, like, I don't care about football at all. Like, I could go without it. You know what I'm saying? I've always watched the Super Bowl just because it's an American tradition.
Exactly.
So I feel like, am I wrong for still trying to? Are we wrong? Because I know you're gonna watch it. Everybody's still gonna watch it.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl regardless. Right. I always watch the Super Bowl. Every year I always have like a little get together at my place and have people over for the Super Bowl. So I'm not gonna stop tradition. You know what I'm saying? We just can't stop tradition.
We can't just stop listening to R. Kelly all at once.
We just can't.
You know what I'm saying? We always step in the name of love. We have to.
You know, when that song comes on. But
bad, man.
I mean, I haven't really watched the NFL this year, and last year I haven't really watched it that much either. And let's be all the way honest. Football is, aside from like golf, is like probably one of the most boring sports.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you why it's the most boring sport.
Talk about it.
See, basketball, it's constantly up and down the court.
Word up.
Up and down the court action. Even in like hockey, it's up and down the ice. Like shit is always going down. Even in soccer, sometimes like a lot of shit, you know, especially during the World Cup, is crazy. But football, for the first 3 quarters, is literally, we're doing a running play for the first 3 rounds, for the first 3 downs, and then we punt. That's literally football.
That's it.
That's literally football for the first
get as
3.
Close to that line as
exactly.
you can, and if we get close enough, I'm gonna try to kick it.
Exactly. Or it's we run for 3 rounds. We run for 3 downs, and then if we don't get anywhere, we'll just punt it.
Yo,
like that's the game for the first 3 quarters.
That's it.
So it's like you literally could just go the 4th quarter and watch football, and you've pretty much watched the entire game.
It's funny that you said that, though, because I've heard people say baseball is super boring.
Baseball's boring, too.
I love baseball, so I can get everybody shaking their head. I love baseball, you know what I'm saying? So I can get into that, and I know it's definitely slow. But, yeah, for a long time, I never cared about football, so I was never really, like, super into it. But, you know, watching the Super Bowl and seeing the new advancements with the first down line and stuff on the screen, I'd be like, but how do they know where? I feel like a girl sometimes watching that shit. Like, how do they know what down or what line to cross?
Or where the first down line is. I mean, it's a good sport. It's a good contact sport. I think most people just watch it for the hits, which is the fucked up part about it, because we already know that these players are getting fucked up. Like, their brains are just fucked after this. So
super high contact, man.
Exactly.
That's why my mom never wanted me to play football. Remember playing in the streets with Dwayne and them?
Right on the I missed
tackled
those days.
Into the concrete,
right into the cars too, because it was a dead end. We used to live on a dead end.
I'm gonna bring y'all back real quick with us. If anybody ever used to watch Hey Arnold, when they would play football in the streets with the 5th graders. Hey Arnold and his boys was in 4th grade. If you remember the 5th graders, how significantly bigger they were.
Exactly.
And like jumping into like mailboxes and shit like that. Like they was the Monstars. Like these are the type of kids that we would play with on Chase's block back in the day. And that was that. And playing during recess was my only experience with
football. Yeah, I never played like professionally or like amateur, like with actual pads and stuff like that. Because here's a true story about football, and I guess I'm gonna get honest on this shit. So, when I was a kid, I had a big fear of thunderstorms. I had like this big fear of thunderstorms. The second the clouds come, the lightning comes, like I was just scared of it. It was just like the noise and shit.
Not super uncommon, but all right.
It's not. I'm hoping it's not uncommon. So like,
as a kid,
I'm no longer scared of thunderstorms.
I hope you're not a grown
I can take a thunderstorm here or there.
Checking your phone for the weather app, like, yeah, I might have to stay inside.
But that was me back in the day. Like I would do that shit. Like I check the weather channel, like see how it's gonna, when it's gonna pass, how long. Yo, I was super scared of thunderstorms. So like when I played, remember Kids Bay in the Bronx?
Boys and Girls
for real talk, anybody
Soundview,
from the Bronx,
Bridge,
anybody from the Bronx, shout out to anybody from the Bronx who know what we're talking about. So Kids Bay on right on White Plains Road.
Word.
I used to play basketball when I was a kid I used to do the Saturday intramural sports there.
Right.
And I remember one game I was like, I got fouled out. Like I was fouling. And then the coach for the football team goes up to my father and is like, yo, he's doing some wild shit on the court.
Rough. Get him on the field.
He's pretty fucking rough. And like talks to him and all that stuff. And then after the game,
Chase was out here biting people on the court.
And I remember because the football coach was actually a woman.
Oh, wow.
A black woman.
Wow.
And after the game, my dad was like, oh, like, the coach wants to talk to you. And she was like, hey, I see you're, pretty rough out there. Have you ever thought about playing football? And in that, I swear to God, this had to take in like 10 seconds. In that moment when she asked me, yo, do you want to play football? Would you like to come in for the team? All I can think about was the fact that in football, you play outside and you play in the rain.
Oh, yeah, not with it.
So if it was ever a thunderstorm, you would have to play in
the
thunderstorm. You would have to play in the thunderstorm.
Yo.
And I was like, nah, I'm not with that shit.
Yo, this man could have been out here like Odell Beckham in it
I could
the whole time, but let her go.
Yo, as soon as that, I was like, oh, nah, I'm not with this shit. Yo, I swear to God, I can tell you a story about my cousin and my aunt. They brought me to Yankee Stadium for a game. Different cousin, different aunt. My cousin brought me and my aunt brought me to a Yankees game. This was during the summer. This was back in this had to be like either 2000 or like I was like still in my single digits. So we get to the game, right? I swear to God, it had to have been like the first inning. It starts raining.
Ooh, it's over.
And then not only does it start raining, you hear the I'm out! I started screaming and crying. Yo, we had to leave the game.
Damn,
swear to God. So now you guys all know I hated thunderstorms. I was always scared of thunderstorms.
That's why he didn't play football ever, because he had to be outside.
Exactly.
Like I said, my mom always didn't want me getting like tackled or beat up by anybody else besides them. So that was one thing about it, and I realized I really should have like tried to join the football team in high school, because it was like a fresh start. I went to an all boys school, so everybody was on the football team. I've been like, damn, I could have had a uniform just cause I could have been trash. There was shout out to this Muslim kid that was on the team. His name was Muhammad Ali. He made anybody that signed up for the football team in freshman year made the football team. So I definitely could have done it just cause. I'd have probably gotten better shape and stuff back then. But I remember when I graduated from high school, I had a few people over for like a graduation party and stuff like that. Just casually, tossing the pigskin around on the block and stuff like that. But I guess somebody got into their heads that we were playing tackle football. So one of my boys' cousins, like real like little skinny dude, lifts me up. Like goes like I'm running towards him. He like goes down. I'm like, why is he going down? I thought he was gonna like push me or something like that. He goes down, like puts his shoulder like into my stomach area and lifts me up while I'm holding the ball. And I'm a big boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 250 at this point. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this no more. I could have never played it, because if somebody like that could do that, like he got all the techniques of football down. Like I'm just running, you know what I'm saying? And I would like to say I was fast for a big dude too, but it didn't work out. So
yeah, football was definitely not. I could have literally have been Odell Beckham right now in the league.
It might have worked out.
It was the thunderstorms, man. I swear to God, it was the thunderstorms, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing this shit.
But yeah, he could have made it to the league. He could have been in the NFL, but I don't know. Would you kneel? Would you be kneeling?
That's the thing. I've thought about that too. Like, because you also have to understand too, like we were saying about the R. Kelly situation, like the owners are fucking dangling checks above them. And it's like, listen, you want this check, you do as I say. So it's like, damn, like what would I do? Like if I was really in that situation, because from the outside in, you like, damn, like I'm going to kneel because it's obviously for the cause.
I'm with Cap.
But when you there and you getting that check.
Yeah. And I'm glad people understand more now that it's about, standing up but kneeling to, police injustice and stuff like that. And even the fact that, people are letting everybody know, you got to be informed that he got the idea to kneel from a member of the armed forces. You know what I'm saying? That said that this is what you should do. I think he was sitting in the locker room or sitting down. So this is,
it's the proper way to make the statement, but not disrespect anybody.
So yeah.
But people take it out of context and then they run with it. So
exactly. Them Trump supporters out there.
So I'm still kneeling, and when the Super Bowl comes, I'm gonna kneel when they do that. I'm gonna do motherfucking kneel right in front of the TV. Right in front of the TV when they do the national anthem.
You got to take a picture of you kneeling in front of the TV while the national anthem. Who's singing the national anthem? Do we know?
I don't know. It's probably just going to be some random person.
It better not be Fergie, though. I'll just put that out there. Yo, you know how...
That all-star shit?
Yo. That's wild, man. That's wild. Like, she's a singer. And it's hilarious now because we're going with the Step Brothers theme, right? Mm-hmm. But famous line, "Oh, you sound like a combination of Fergie and Jesus." Like, but Fergie ain't even sound that good. You know what I'm saying? So I hope Jesus is backing it up. Making it sound cool. But or maybe they just knew. Maybe they saw that coming. But Travis Scott is supposed to still be doing the halftime show with Maroon 5. Allegedly, don't quote me on this, but I'm hearing that the reason he's continuing to do it is because they're giving him he asked to have
to donate
$500,000. Is that the right number?
I'm not sure the right amount, but I know he asked the NFL to donate money to a cause.
Yeah, to awareness.
Yeah,
of
to awareness of police injustice or something like that. So
that's fire right there.
Yeah, I respect that.
I think that is something that's good. I was wondering how Jay-Z was gonna try to switch the situation around, because when he said that and it was like, oh, Hov wants to talk to you about something. I was like, yo, is he going to get him to not do it? Because Beyonce just did it. Don't think we forgot about that. Yes, she made a statement, you know what I'm saying?
But the Colin Kaepernick shit wasn't out around that time.
Was it not?
I don't think it was really out around that time, nah.
Queen Bee couldn't do that if all this wildness was going on.
Oh, no.
But she still made a statement. So I was like, I wonder what is Travis Scott going to come out with, like, I don't know, like a giant black fist, like, straight up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
straight up.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I don't
know what his plan was with that. But yeah, man, I can honestly say, I got to snitch on myself. I haven't, because I don't watch football in general, but a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in a long time and also like recently had a baby invited me to a Jets game at the very beginning of the season. I was tight. I was like, you can't meet me outside the joint. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to be at this Jets game. They got crushed, of course, because the Jets suck. Anyway,
shout out the Giants.
You know what I'm saying? They got crushed. And I barely watched the game. I was catching up with my boy, so it was nice to see him. But I was like, damn, you got me supporting the NFL like in the beginning of the season and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't care about the NFL for the most part. But when that Super Bowl come on, everybody care about the commercials. So that's probably what we're gonna be tuned into.
Exactly, the commercials are always the best. So what's next? What are we talking about next?
That was our little NFL thing. But yeah, so much stuff going on in terms of, and you know what's crazy? Like everything has to deal with entertainment. If you think about it, like what we talked about, R. Kelly, singer, the president, you know what I'm saying? News and tweets, NFL, sports, you know what I'm saying? So now you wanted to touch on the whole Oscars.
Oh yes.
Controversy. I don't think it's too much. I don't think it's too much to touch on necessarily, but I think it's foolishness.
It's foolishness, but it's not even just the Oscars. It's like all of social media. You know, like that's really fucking it all up.
Right.
Okay.
So you had mentioned the era of like sensitivity and
yeah,
everything that's going on in this day and age.
Like,
it's rough, man.
It is, and it's like for someone to go back 10 years or like 8 years or whatever, like,
and not just for a Facebook profile picture.
Exactly. Like, you know how you go on Facebook just to, you know, they got the 10-year challenge right now. So everybody's going back like 10 years on their Facebook looking for their old pictures.
I might still do one.
But, yeah, to like go back like 10 years to look for a tweet specifically to create outrage is fucking ridiculous. Like that whole shit is just, it's absurd, you know, like
everybody's got some crazy like suspect tweets out there. I can't wait till I blow up and get like super famous where people start looking at my tweets, because I don't even know. Like I was only on Twitter for like a couple years, but I know I probably said some crazy stuff. I'm more on my Facebook than I have on my Twitter, because I really don't be on Twitter like that. But I know my Facebook, I probably have some shit in there. I don't remember. I was watching some award show and I had said something about Foxy Brown's hair or something like that, and she followed me, which was super random. I was like, what? Okay. All right, I'm with that. But yeah, you can't with the situation with Kevin Hart, you can't go back and like try to judge somebody off of like something they said way back.
Exactly.
It's not the same person, you know what I'm saying? He's got all different, like the cheating and stuff like that. He's got all different types of new
way shit that you could have, like, you could have easily just been like, he's a cheater or whatever, da da da. Like, you could have said that, but like, it's like I'm obviously not the same fucking person. Like, you can hold me accountable for like shit that I said in the past if I'm still that person. Like, we can hold Trump accountable. Right. We can hold R. Kelly accountable because shit that you was doing 10 years ago, you're still doing that shit now. Still doing that shit now. So I can call you out on your shit. But like, for someone who's clearly has changed and has grown as a person, like, I can't hold you accountable for shit in the past. Yeah. Because then it's like I'm never giving you that opportunity to grow. Right. And I want to, and even for myself, I know when I was 21, when I was completely different than what I was when I was 18. And me now, almost going on 30, I'm completely different than what I was when I was 21. I was doing wow shit when I was 21. You know what I'm saying?
Like the stuff that you would say in a social media realm when you think it's just your friends and stuff like that. Exactly. You know, it's completely different. And to take everything, like, to just squash the whole conversation, like, my biggest thing is like, he's a freaking comedian. He's
like, you're supposed to say funny shit. Like, you're supposed to say shit that nobody wants to say. Come on,
like, stuff is going to be insensitive. And this is why I think I really want to get into stand-up, which is weird. I'll see if I could try to get on a stage for 2019. But people like Andrew Schultz from the Brilliant Idiots podcast, which I also listen to, he's going on this whole movement of like putting forth the jokes that people think might be too insensitive and just saying, hey, look, you know, this is an art form. It's comedy. Exactly. You know, it's not that serious.
If you can find humor in like the deepest, darkest things, like, that's a comedian. That's what a comedian goes. But like you said before, you said something before that was just like so profound. See, I'm pronouncing that word, profound.
Profound. Word of the day.
But you said it before, like when social media first came out, it was literally just our friends. Word. Like, we would literally say something and it'd just be our friends.
That's it.
Like, you had your, you know, when MySpace came out, you had your top 8, whatever. That's what it was. So whenever
MySpace, though.
I had a MySpace. My shit was popping.
I'm trash. That's why I went so hard on Facebook. I didn't have MySpace.
My MySpace was popping. But when you said something or you put out a video or something like that, it was literally all you thought about was your friends. Yeah. Like, yo, check this out. This is funny, or this is an inside joke or whatever. But now it's become so global that I think people still kind of have that mentality. Some individuals who really aren't on social media that much may have that mentality, but like, you would put something out thinking that it's just my friends or whatever. Yo, people following, but that shit goes global.
I think Donald Trump thinks he's just like taking notes in his journal. Like, I think I don't think he thinks he's talking to anybody. I think he's just tweeting like, oh yeah, this is for me and nobody else is gonna see it.
Like, the whole world sees that shit.
But yeah, so that's something that, you know, we don't really need to get too deep into, just because, again, he's a comedian, Kevin Hart, and he apologized a number of times for the same thing.
Yeah, like how many times you're gonna apologize for it? So
it's rough, man.
And he's better than what he was before. So I give him all the credit, man.
It's rough out here in this day and age. So I don't know how long we've been on this podcast right now. People, if you're listening, you're probably like, it's gonna be like an hour and a half. But yo, I did want to say, like, we didn't put this in the topics, but this is something that you had posted on Instagram. I think either today or the other day. It's been like a trend lately of people just saying stuff along the lines of, oh man, what was it called? Hold on, I gotta find it. We might have to edit this out, yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. You sent it to me earlier. Hold on. So basically, I just want to start off by saying people soft. We talked about how everything worked out. Yeah, I'm trash on this one. We were doing so well.
It's all good.
We're doing so well.
The podcast we do what the fuck.
Hold up, I'm trying to find it. The hashtag is #and it shows.
Oh,
#and it shows. So there's a bunch of like different posts about people saying like, oh, this and this, or you might not be built for this life because of this, and it shows.
Oh, so here's the tweet. Here's the Instagram post.
Right.
So the Instagram post has been going around. I found it on Facebook. Shout out to my cousin, Taylor. She posted it. She lives in. Does she still live in Delaware?
Pretty sure she does.
Okay.
We gotta get her out of there.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here. She gotta come.
Taylor, we're coming for you.
Taylor, come to New York. Come fuck with the Bros With No Hoes podcast.
Right, with her baby.
But so she posted on her Facebook. It was a tweet. A lot of you weren't dragged out of bed at 2 a.m. to wash the one spoon you left in the sink, and it shows.
Son,
yo,
son, too many nights,
bro.
Too many nights,
bro. I remember there were nights where my mom would come home and be in the bed, me and my sister, and all I hear was, "Who the fuck left these dishes in the sink? Get your asses up out of there!"
All these dishes, though. All these dishes.
Yo, and it'd be like 3 dishes in the sink, bro. Like, if you've never had that experience in your entire lifetime,
yeah.
Or like, you know how like your mother will come into the room, it's like 6 a.m, and it's like, oh, it's time to get up, time to go to bed. Time to get up and go to school and stuff like that. She'll come in, wake up, and then she'll leave, and then you'll go back to bed, and then she'll come back. Didn't I tell your ass to wake up?
Did I say?
So if you've never experienced that as a child before, I don't think you've had a child.
That was a big thing. I don't know if it's just a black kid thing or what, but I feel like a lot of people have been through that, and it shows if you haven't. But my parents' favorite thing to do. Once I got to a certain age, I was washing dishes from young, doing all types of chores from young. I got a younger brother. Shout out my guy Niles.
Word.
From a certain age, I think when I got to high school, it was his job to start washing the dishes. But my parents would still wake me up to wake him up.
Wow.
Evil geniuses, yo. They would wake me up to wake him up. So I'm tight. You know what I'm saying? I'm tight. So imagine I go like, I'm getting dragged out of bed, not to be like, oh, go downstairs and wash a dish, which there was a couple occasions where I was like, I don't even want to, like, that's my bro. Like, I don't even want to get him that tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though he's the younger brother and he damn sure should have washed them dishes, I've been there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, like, I would have to get up to wake him up, and he wake up with the crusty face looking at me like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, what? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, yo, bro. You know you ain't washed that one bowl that's sitting there. Like, don't get mad at me. Get mad at these motherfuckers for having wake me up. Like, it was rough. It was rough. So yeah, I just wanted to put out there that a lot of people are soft in America, and yeah, sensitivity era is getting a little out of control.
You know what the thing is? When we were kids, whenever some shit happened, and you'd be like, "Oh, like that's just so unfair," what would your parents always say? Life is unfair. Like that's life. Life is unfair. Like this whole like.
And they weren't being assholes. Like I realized, like I just turned 30 last year. I realized life is very unfair.
It really is.
So I can see myself saying the same thing to my kids at some point.
It's like this whole era of like giving out the participation trophy to everyone is like fucking us all up.
And I definitely took some of those participation trophies. I was trash about it.
Exactly.
Still am to this day.
But it's like basically telling everyone, listen, no matter how no matter how hard you work or how not hard you work, you are always going to be put in a position, or you're always going to win no matter what. Where it's like kids need to be taught from an early age that if you do not work hard, somebody's going to be better than you.
Yeah.
Like somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to be at a higher status than you if you do not bust your ass.
Right.
And I think that's more prominent in like the minority community because it's like embedded in us. Like, you know, you always hear from your parents, you got to work twice as hard to be just as half as good or whatever, like the phrase is. And I think that type of mentality.
So we could fly.
Exactly. Some shit like that, you know, freaking Martin Luther King marched for us, whatever. Like those phrases. Like we've always been taught those phrases. So we grow up with that mentality of like, I need to fucking hustle. I need to work my ass off. And if I don't win, like somebody's going to take my spot.
That's right. And not just about the fact about having somebody take your spot. I think the sensitivity issue comes from, everybody can win, but everybody's just not like a lot of people that complain about things, they think that people aren't accepting, but I think some people don't realize that maybe they're too accepting. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're just like, yo, this is, again, life is unfair. This is how life goes, you know? So
exactly.
I can make a joke here or there, you know, I can say something about this. We're all still one big human race, but people got to be petty about stuff, man.
Word.
People got to be like, oh, I got to nitpick about this, but what can you do these days?
Anyways, so tell them your Instagrams. Tell them where they follow you at.
Oh, you know what? We wrapping this thing up, huh?
Yeah.
Wrapping this thing up. All right. So real quick, obviously, I go by VinceBracy.com. My name on Instagram is Vince Bracy. I did want to take time to shout out a few people that said that they were going to listen to the podcast, and I want to try to make it a habit to shout out people that are dedicated and said that they would check it out. You know, at least till we get up to like 100 dedicated listeners or something like that. So I got at least 15 people right here. I'm going to just run through the list. My guy, Ethan Ross, dope rapper. My guy, Brendan Kane, wonderful dude, marketing genius, and he's also a cool mascot. BM Music, those guys are dope. My friend Larique from Lehman College. My wonderful girlfriend, Jasmine. Echo Haddix is the boss lady, the boss. I call her my manager. I'm still going to continue to call her my manager. She's out in LA. Shout out Echo Haddix and Echoing Sounds. My guy, Jay Watts, he goes by Jay Ohms. I went to high school with this dude, and we've been in touch a lot lately, and that's a really good friend. My girl, Kadi, who we're also going to be working on a project with. She calls herself Baby Oprah. I got a couple more people. Fresh Establishment, somebody I met on this app Stationhead that I do a radio show on. My guy Cold HC, Hot Cold from the Movement Mondays. Hustle Man, who I just met at Movement Mondays.
Word.
I am Anastagio. I actually don't know who that is, but Anastagio, thank you for voting yes and saying that you would listen to the podcast. Royal K, this is a chick that I went to school with. She's super dope. The dude Ray Bentley, he's a rapper from New Jersey, and also Ian Hover, which is another cool dude. He manages a bunch of artists and also has a show on Stationhead.
Word.
So,
shout out to all the listeners.
So yeah, I wanted to do those couple shout outs. A couple more people that said Vig. I can't forget to shout out Vig, who's gonna put some money in my pocket recently. A rapper by the name of Nayrum. I think that's everybody else. Oh, my girl Keisha from Co-op. Shout out to Keisha. And also Yella Baby Nana.
What?
Yella Baby Nana. That's the name I'm looking at right now. But thank you to everybody that said that they was going to check out the show. So yeah,
where can they follow you though?
Yeah, no, that was it. At Vince Bracy on everything. I do have a Twitter account. I don't use it. If you want to tweet me, feel free. I just probably won't see it. Same thing on Facebook. My Facebook, I do have a fan page at vincebracy.com. You can check out my show on Stationhead. You got to download the app. It's a radio show. Play, music for all types of, local unsigned artists and stuff like that. And that's it. If you want to hire me to host something, holla at your boy.
Bird. Y'all can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, both Parker's Paradise. If you don't know how to spell Parker's or Paradise, I don't know what to tell you.
Come on now.
Instagram, Twitter, Parker's Paradise, and that's pretty much all the socials that I'm really on. Actually, y'all can Go follow Cast Facts because he's doing we're getting ready to.
Yo, I was gonna get to that too.
Yeah, we're doing a web series called Bitten Apple.
That's the project I was talking about.
Oh, that was
at the very beginning.
I thought
at the very beginning of the episode. That's the project I was talking about.
Oh, okay,
But shout out my guy Cos Facts. Super cool dude. If you haven't done so already, follow him on Instagram. You probably seen one of his posts or one of your friends repost one of his posts. He's super dope, man.
Yeah, follow him, and he's got the posting for any actors and actresses out there looking to be a part of a web series in New York City. Go
Chase
out there and check it out.
On his podcast also.
Yeah.
Shout out to his
podcast. So that was the Two Bros with No Hoes podcast, and just to close out before y'all invite me to any of y'all parties or y'all invite me to any of y'all gatherings, just know that I have no hoes, so I won't be bringing any.
We didn't even touch on the fact that we don't have hoes. I have a girlfriend, so I don't have no hoes. Period.
Exactly.
Yeah, but regardless, I never had hoes anyway. So, but yeah, Bros with No Hoes podcast. Thank you for listening. Please give us some feedback. Let us know what you want to hear on the next one. I'm going to continue to shout people out. Just want to send you guys off on some positivity. Thank you for the love.
All right, y'all. Peace.